Hey everybody, hope you all have a great week so far. It's Wednesday. A little food here for the fish for the aquaponics system. I feed my fish twice a day. I feed them when I wake up in the morning and I feed them when I get home from work. I'm a little late on tonight's evening feed because I've been doing a few things here around the house. Finally got a chance to get to this video and I thought I'd do a little feed at the same time. So real quick here, I just want to show you guys what I feed my fish. This is made by Microbe-Lift. It's the summer staple food with fruits and greens. It is a completely natural, non-GMO fish food. There is nothing in this fish food that's man-made. There's no genetically manipulated organisms. I'm repeating myself, but I want to get my point across. Food is the real deal. I'm not putting anything in my fish that I wouldn't put in me. And one of the primary reasons for that is because this is an aquaponics system. Oh wow, a little bigger than it was last time you guys got a look. But the fish waste is what feeds the plants, and the plants clean that water and return it to the sump down here. And that water gets pumped back up to the fish over there. And as you saw, they're pretty happy, they're pretty healthy. So no, the fish food that I'm feeding them isn't Tetra Mint flakes. It's just a lot easier to transfer the food into that container. From this big container, it makes it a lot easier for feeding. So let's get a look at what's going on here. We have got some awesome romaine. I've been pulling a few out as I go. These guys are probably ready to harvest about now. I got a really nice bib lettuce back here, which is coming out probably tonight or tomorrow. Another one over here. And look at the cucumbers. Well, look at the cucumber plants. You notice if you go back in my videos, and I'm going to have a comment on that in a minute. If you go back in my videos when I first started to do this, I had some tomatoes, some cucumbers, some romaine, and some bib, and we had mixed results. And a guy made a comment once when I set up the sump and I was talking about the light from my system here creating a little bit of an algae or a bacteria buildup in the tank. And a fellow made a comment, which is the first time anybody commented on my videos, so I was pretty tickled about that. But I went to his page, and he also is an aquaponics gardener. A little bigger setup that he's got, but the small one that he showed in a particular video I looked at, he was growing your basic greens. And what he did was address lighting as it affects your aquaponics system. So since the inception of my little experiment here, which I started out with 4 of these clamp-on lights with the domes, 6500 Kelvin rated bulbs. So I've been running 6500K all along. And I, of course, added the fluorescent tubes, which are also 6500K. Well, what this gentleman commented on is that if you have a vegetable that you're growing that requires flowering, you're going to need another Kelvin rating or another element of the sun's light. And he suggested using 3000K. Well, I couldn't find any 3000K bulbs, but I did find some 2700K bulbs. The local big box store, package of 4 of them, $10. So I put 2 of them in, and I'll tell you what, within a couple of days, the size of these leaves went from about half of what they are to what they are now. I mean, literally within just a couple of days. So what you can see is that these guys need this light, and these guys really don't. So they're both looking pretty healthy. While I'm shooting this video, I've got some buddies that are hanging around, and you're going to see them. They're going to see them everywhere that you're growing food. They're fruit flies, or mayflies if you want to call them that, but they're little tiny flies. And I'm not using any dirt. There's no soil in my system here, but the fruit flies come anyway. It's just part of the game. So deal with it. I use a small cup of cider vinegar, a little dish soap, and a little water right here. Sometimes it catches them, sometimes it doesn't. Makes me feel like I'm trying to keep them down though. They really don't get all over the house. They're not all over the place. You get a few of them here and there, but in the big picture, it's negligible. It's not significant. It's really, I'm bringing it up because you're going to see them in the video, but they don't interfere with the household operation. So anyway, really primarily I wanted to show you my growth. It's just gotten so much better with the addition of the tube lights, or the fluorescent lights, and then the other color or Kelvin rating. You can see how it's a little yellower, right? Than the 6500. You can see the difference. So there's a whole spectrum of light in the sun, and what we try to do is isolate the most beneficial part of that spectrum, which is the Kelvin rating, to try to help grow our food here. So real quick comment, apparently YouTube has decided I'm not interesting enough. So I'm not sure, based on the communique that I received from them, if they're just going to drop me from the channel altogether. I presume I can continue to upload videos, but apparently I'm not going to be part of their affiliate program, which is just fine with me. I'm not real big into big government and big anything. Again, like I said from the very beginning, I'm just doing this to feed my family. If I decided to turn it into a profitable business, or a business that was profitable, I'm pretty convinced I can do it. Obviously we'd have to go to a much bigger system. Probably would use a bubble bead filtration system. They're a little expensive, but it's pretty much an all-in-one system that removes all of the particles, cleans the water real nicely. But yeah, here we are, folks. We'll be doing a harvest of some of this. I'll take some photographs and video when I do that. Like I said, I think I'll probably do that tomorrow. But I wanted to give you guys a quick update since I haven't posted anything for a while. Oh, and by the way, that is my own personal tropical garden and aviary in the background, so I'm not playing something on YouTube that has a bunch of birds chirping. That's really my own personal aviary. And if you believe that, send me a message. I got some property for sale. Hope you guys have a great week. Happy Valentine's Day. See ya.